Hi and welcome to PE with the Albion Foundation. I'm Mr. Ward.
And I'm Mr. Holmes. Today we're going to be focusing on tennis, and our learning objective for today is to develop our forehand return with accuracy.
Before we go any further, throughout this session you must always have your racket. This is just for you, for no one else, and your ball. To make it easier, we have put a number, so I am number 2.
Number 1.
You can only pick up your number ball.
Okay, so for our warm-up practice today, everybody's going to take their racket and their numbered ball and find their own space. Mr. Ward's going to stand in this half of our tennis court, and I'm going to stand in this half of our tennis court, but we're playing this individually. And to start with, our objective is nice and simple. Holding the racket, holding the ball, how many times can we keep our own ball up in the air without dropping it? So nice and simple to start with, Mr. Ward,
Yep.
Just like this. See if you can keep this going for 1 minute. If the ball moves, you can move with it. You might need to take a few steps. Always keep your eyes on that ball so you know where it's going.
Once you have completed that activity, you then want to progress it on to a forehand and backhand by rotating your wrist. So as you move, just keep turning your wrist, keeping your eye on the ball. You ready, sir?
Yep.
1 minute, off we go. If you're finding that activity a little bit difficult, then you can go back to the forehand of just keeping the ball going, or you could do this activity.
Is we're going to pretend we're playing tennis basketball. Okay, we're going to do a tennis basketball dribble, which is just bouncing the ball on the floor, and we can move around the area whilst we're doing it. So now we're going to move around the area, bouncing the ball against the floor, keeping it going a bit like a basketball dribble. Get yourself moving around that area. As you get better, you can start to move a little bit quicker. Oh, don't go too quick and lose control of the ball.
Our final arrival activity is applying all of those activities together. So what we want you to do is just put them all together so you can do the basketball, hitting it up, changing the racket round. Just be very creative for the next 30 seconds. Off you go.
Okay, so now we're going to move on to the skill development part of the lesson, and we're really going to learn about how to make that forehand return. Okay, remembering I'm only allowed to touch ball number 1.
I'm only allowed to touch ball number 2.
So nice and simple, I'm going to stand on this half of the tennis court and I'm going to make an underarm throw to Mr. Ward, who is going to use a forehand return to hit the ball back to me. Now because I'm using my hands, I'm only allowed to use ball number 1 because I'm throwing it. So Mr. Ward is going to strike it back with his tennis racket. Obviously he's not touching it with his hands, so that's okay. But if he makes a bad shot, only I can pick the ball up because it's my ball. Okay, you ready, Mr. Ward?
Oh,
sorry?
Sorry. Because I won't be using ball number 2, please make sure you put it in a safe location where no one else can be touching it.
Okay, so forehand coming across your body like that.
Okay, sir.
Ready?
Thank you.
Well done. Now if the ball goes to the side, you might need to adjust your feet to come and meet the ball. Just watch how we both adjust our feet to where the ball goes. If the ball's going behind me, I need to move backwards. If it's coming in front of me, I need to move forwards, and the same side to side. Mr. Ward will need to do the same to return the ball. So as well as the shot, watch how we move our feet. Ready, Mr. Ward?
Yes, sir.
Okay, we're going to swap over now, and because we're swapping over, I need to get my own tennis racket. Mr. Ward needs to get ball number 2, and ball number 1 is going to be placed to the side. Ball number 2.
Are you ready, sir?
Yeah. So for our next progression, I'm going to be serving again. So I've got my ball number 1 back and ball number 2 is back on the floor because only I'm allowed to touch this ball with my hands. What's going to happen now? Same basic start. I'm going to make an underarm throw over the net towards Mr. Ward and he's going to go to hit it back to me. As soon as I've released the ball, I'm going to call out a colour. So here we've got red, blue, orange and pink in my area. Whichever colour I call out is Mr. Ward's target. If he manages to return the ball using his forehand return, remember, into that square, he gets a point. That's the objective. Let's see how he gets on. You ready, Mr. Ward?
Yes, sir. Sir, the pink area.
So remember to call the colour after you've released the ball to give Mr. Ward or your partner enough time to assess where to hit it. Okay? Ready?
Yes, sir.
Red. 1 point, well done. Blue. Nearly, good try. Pink. Oh, nearly. Pink. Oh, so close. Red. Good try, still on 1 point. Red. 2 points. Red. Blue. Pink. Oh, very close, let's try that again. Pink. Pink.
Pink.
Orange. Oh,
That went
orange.
in. Went in.
Pink. Orange. Blue. Red. Oh, 3 points, I'll give you that.
Tell you what, the wind takes it.
After we've done that, we swap over. What do we have to do when we swap over? That's right, Mr. Ward is going to use ball number 2 to throw. Ball number 1's going to go down. Mr. Ward, you got 3 points. I'm going to try and beat 3 points.
Okay, sir.
So for the next part of our lesson, we're going to play a rally game. The objective is to get the highest rally possible. Does anyone know what a rally is? A rally is when I send the ball over to Mr. Ward, he sends it back to me, I send it back again, and we keep the ball moving over and over again without it going out the area or without anyone missing a shot. Okay? So we're trying to get the highest score we can. We've got a tennis court set up like this. It's quite small, but it's just enough space. If you've got other people in your class, make sure that any other courts are at least 3 meters away from your court, not right next to each other. We're only going to use our forehand shot for this game. Ready, Mr. Ward?
I am, sir. Remember what ball we're using?
I've got number 1.
So you're going to serve all the time?
I'm the only one who can pick the ball up because it's my ball. Okay? If we lose it, we can use your ball, but then only you can pick it up.
Okay, sir.
Ready?
Yep.
We'll count the rally.
1, 2, 3,
4, 5,
6,
7,
8,
9,
10,
11.
12.
Oh, it's gone out the area. 12's our high score. Don't pick it up. Okay, so 12's our high score so far. Now we're going to try and beat our own high score. So we've got to beat 12 this time.
Okay.
You up for the challenge, Mr. Ward?
Let's go.
What was your high score? Can you beat your own? Two, 3,
4,
5,
6,
7,
8,
9,
10,
11,
12,
13, yes,
14,
15,
16,
17,
18.
oh. So we've improved, we got from 12 to 18. We're going to keep going and keep trying to beat our score. You keep going, don't try and beat us, try and beat your own score. You might have already beaten us. What was your high score? Can you improve? Should we have another game?
Yes, sir. Our next progression is we are going to go into a game between myself and Mr. Holmes. You'll all have 3 serves each. When you're serving, please use your own ball. So I'm number 2.
I'm number 1.
When you're not serving with your ball, place your ball on the side safely.
We're going to try and use the proper scoring system in tennis. So if I score a point, which means I hit the ball in the area and Mr. Ward doesn't return it, or Mr. Ward hits it and it goes outside my area, that's points to me. Now the first set of points is 15, so you go from love, which is 0, to 15. The next point is 30. The next point after that is 40, and then it's the game point. However, if it becomes 40-40, that's called deuce. And then you have to get an advantage point before you can get the game point.
Does that mean you must win by 2 points?
Yeah.
Okay, sir.
Ready?
Yes, sir.
Who's going to serve first?
I'll serve first.
So ball number 2, I'll put ball number 1 down. Remember, if it goes out, I can't pick it with my hands.
Okay. Are we ready?
Yeah.
Just an underarm serve.
So forearm for everything.
Okay. What does that mean? Second serve.
So we'll give you a second serve. We'll let you off with that one. Oh, okay, so it's 15 love to you, because I didn't return it. 15-15. Out.
Yep.
So you've had 3 serves?
3 serve.
So I'm going to pick up ball number 1 now. We'll get your ball when it's your turn to serve again. Ready?
Yes, sir.
So 30-15. Oh. Out. 40-30 to you, Mr. Ward.
Okay. This match point.
So if you get this, you get the game.
Okay.
If I get this, it's deuce.
Oh.
So it's 40-40, so it's deuce. So whoever gets the next point has the advantage.
Yep.
If they then get another point, that's the game.
Yep.
If it goes advantage and then the other person scores, we go back to deuce and we have to repeat.
Okay, sir.
Ready?
Yep.
Is it my serve?
Yeah.
My last serve, yeah?
That's it.
Advantage to me. Do you want to go and get your ball? So it's advantage to me. So if I get this next point, I win the game. If you get this next point, we go back to deuce.
Yep.
Oh, so deuce.
Oh, difficult. Yeah.
Advantage to you.
We actually have VAR today.
Oh, is it? Oh,
Yeah!
good game.
Good game, sir.
We'll have a racket high five. So a few questions before we finish. First question, I want you to turn to a partner, making sure you stay 2 meters away, and I want you to describe to them the technique for a forehand return.
What did you find difficult? Your accuracy or the power of sending the ball back?
How can you improve on your accuracy or power?
What did you find difficult within the activities, and how could you have made it easier?
What changed when you started playing a competitive game?
When you're sending the ball, what must you do with your footwork?
Teachers, don't forget at the end of the lesson, any equipment that's been handled by the children needs to be cleaned in line with your school's cleaning policy.
We hope you enjoyed today's session. We see you again.
Thank you.
Bye bye.